Most lists you see online are incredibly predictable, recycling the same 5 mainstream titles everyone has already watched. You deserve better, and today, you are about to discover elite Korean action cinema that has likely stayed under your radar. These are high-octane, visually stunning masterpieces that will completely redefine your expectations. Prepare your watch list, because your search for the ultimate adrenaline fix ends right here. Number 25. Special Delivery.
이건 다 배달한다고 보시면 돼요. 우체국 택배에서 안 받는
This film hits like a shot of pure nitrous oxide injected directly into a high-speed getaway. You follow a driver with a perfect success rate who takes on any cargo for the right price, regardless of the law. When a routine pickup involving a young child goes sideways, she finds herself hunted by corrupt cops and brutal gangsters. The stakes are sky high, and the narrow alleyways of the city become a playground for survival. You must watch this for the drift-heavy, precision driving stunts that put most Hollywood blockbusters to shame. The hand-to-hand combat is sharp, but the way a car is used as a tactical weapon is a total masterclass in creative choreography. Number 24. The Killer. A Girl Who Deserves to Die. If you crave the lethal precision of a retired legendary hitman forced back into the fray, this is your next obsession. A retired professional killer is asked to watch over a teenager, but when she is kidnapped by a human trafficking ring, he unleashes a storm of calculated violence. The plot moves with a single-minded ferocity as he carves a path through the underworld with chilling efficiency. The Y-Watch is the breathtaking hallway fight sequence that utilizes a combination of firearms and close-quarters tactical strikes. The camera work is steady and immersive, allowing you to appreciate every visceral impact and lightning-fast transition. It is a modern martial arts masterpiece. Number 23. Midnight. This isn't a typical action flick. It's a pulse-pounding, high-speed hunt through neon-drenched urban labyrinths. The story centers on a hearing-impaired woman who witnesses a brutal stabbing, only to become the next target of a sadistic serial killer. Because she cannot hear her pursuer, the movie uses a terrifying sound design that puts you directly in her shoes. The tension is suffocating as the chase moves from cramped apartments to crowded public squares where no one notices the predator. You must watch this for the relentless foot chases that feel like a marathon of pure adrenaline. The desperation in the struggle is palpable, making every narrow escape feel like a genuine miracle of survival. Number 22. Fabricated City. Imagine being the best tactical leader in the gaming world, only to be framed for a horrific crime in reality. This movie blends high-tech surveillance with old-school street justice in a way you have never seen before. After being sent to a maximum security prison, a framed gamer must use his virtual strategic skills to lead a ragtag group of outcasts against a shadow organization. The plot is a wild, imaginative ride that jumps from prison brawls to high-tech heists. The highlight here is the incredibly inventive use of low-tech weaponry, like high-powered paper bow and arrows and modified cars. The visual effects are sleek, and the action sequences are choreographed with a frantic, rhythmic energy. Number 21. Deliver Us from Evil.
난 너와 연관된 인간들을 모두 죽일 거야.
This film delivers a gritty, sun-drenched nightmare that pits two unstoppable forces against each other in the heart of Thailand. An assassin finishing his final job discovers a kidnapping case that hits too close to home, but his rescue mission is interrupted by a bloodthirsty executioner seeking revenge. The contrast between the cold, calculated protagonist and his chaotic, blade-wielding rival creates an explosive dynamic. The Y-Watch factor is the revolutionary stop-motion style cinematography used during the fight scenes, making every punch and kick feel incredibly heavy and impactful. The knife fights are fast, messy, and disturbingly realistic. It is a visceral experience that redefines the one-man army trope with a dark cinematic soul.
Number 20. The Swordsman. For the fans of blade work, this movie offers the most refined and lethal swordplay of the last decade. Set during the transition of dynasties, a retired blind swordsman is forced to draw his steel once more when his daughter is taken by slave traders. The story is a classic tale of a sleeping dragon being provoked, leading to a path of absolute devastation. The cinematography captures the elegance and the lethality of the blade with stunning clarity. You have to see the final duel. It is a masterclass in timing and spatial awareness, showing how a master uses sound and instinct to dismantle multiple opponents. The action is crisp, avoiding unnecessary cuts to show you the beauty of martial arts. Number 19. Project Wolf Hunting. Prepare yourself for the most violent and chaotic action spectacle on this list, set entirely on the high seas. What starts as a high-security prisoner transport on a cargo ship quickly descends into a blood-soaked survival horror as an experimental passenger wakes up. The stakes aren't just about escaping, it's about surviving a literal monster that doesn't care which side you are on. The movie is an unrelenting barrage of broken bones and practical gore effects that feel shockingly real. The standout element is the sheer scale of the carnage. It's a brutal, claustrophobic symphony of destruction. If you want a movie that pushes the boundaries of intense and visceral, this is the absolute peak of the genre. Number 18. Unstoppable.
혹시 이 여자 본 적 있어요? 너 나 알지?
This is a heavyweight bout in movie form, focusing on raw power and unstoppable physical momentum. A former legendary gangster who turned his life around finds his wife has been kidnapped by a human trafficking ring that underestimated his past. The plot is simple, but the execution is a satisfying journey of a man literally punching his way through every obstacle in his path. The action is grounded and incredibly punch-heavy, focusing on the sheer physical force of the protagonist. The Y-Watch is the ceiling-shattering power of the fight scenes. When a blow lands, the environment reacts. It's a cathartic experience for any action fan who loves seeing a relentless force of nature dismantle a criminal empire. Number 17. Escape.
죽어도 내가 죽고.
This is a high-stakes survival thriller that turns a dash across the most dangerous border in the world into a lethal game of chess. A soldier plans a daring escape to the south, but he is hunted by a high-ranking security officer who knows his every move. Unlike typical war movies, this focuses on the psychological and physical endurance required to survive a chase through minefields and treacherous swamps. The pacing is breathless, capturing the desperation of a man with nothing left to lose but his life. The standout feature is the nighttime cinematography and the tactical use of the environment to evade capture. It's a breathtaking look at the cost of freedom through constant movement. Number 16. Hard Hit.
VVIP 고객만 직접 관리한다는 PB 센.
This movie takes the trapped in a car concept and cranks the pressure until the glass shatters. A bank manager driving his children to school receives a call stating there's a bomb under his seat that will detonate if anyone leaves the vehicle. What follows is a high-speed chase through a coastal city while the protagonist tries to figure out who is targeting him and why. The claustrophobia of the car, mixed with the wide-open danger of the city, creates a unique, suffocating tension. You need to watch it for the incredible stunt driving and the way the camera stays inside the vehicle during high-speed collisions. It's a tight, expertly edited thriller that delivers massive action. Number 15. Alienate.
그걸 막는 게 내 임무야.
This is a genre-bending epic that fuses ancient sorcery with futuristic sci-fi technology in a way that is utterly breathtaking. The plot involves Taoist wizards from the 14th century crossing paths with modern-day humans and an alien invasion seeking to take over Earth. It is a visual feast of wirework, energy blasts, and robotic combat that never slows down for a second. The scale of the action is massive, jumping between eras with a playful yet intense energy. The highlight is the blend of traditional martial arts choreography with high-tech gadgetry, creating fight sequences that feel entirely fresh. It's a breathtaking, imaginative ride that rewards your attention with some of the most creative set pieces ever filmed. Number 14. Carter.
Listen to me.
This film is a relentless, non-stop adrenaline shot that feels like one continuous chaotic take from start to finish. You follow a man who wakes up with no memory and a voice in his ear giving him orders to complete a high-stakes rescue mission. The plot is a frantic race across borders while every intelligence agency on the planet tries to take him down. The stakes are massive, involving a global pandemic and a hidden cure. You must watch this for the gravity-defying camera work and the insane aerial stunts that seem physically impossible. From skydiving fights to motorbike chases, the one-take gimmick creates a visceral, immersive experience that leaves you gasping for air. It is pure cinematic insanity. Number 13. A Hard Day. This is a dark comedy action thriller that masters the art of the worst-case scenario loop. A corrupt detective accidentally kills a man with his car on the way to his mother's funeral and decides to hide the body in the most unthinkable place. The plot spirals out of control when a mysterious witness begins blackmailing him, leading to a brutal game of cat and mouse. The tension is thick, but the action is surprisingly grounded and gritty. The standout element is the brutal, messy apartment fight that feels less like a dance and more like a desperate struggle for life. It's a masterclass in pacing, where every single choice the protagonist makes only digs his grave deeper. Number 12. The Suspect.
난 누군가를 쫓고 있다. 따라댔네.
This movie delivers a high-level espionage experience with some of the most grounded and impactful combat ever filmed. A former North Korean Special Forces agent is framed for the murder of a powerful CEO and must clear his name while being hunted by the entire state. The story is a dense web of betrayal and political intrigue, but the action is what truly shines. The Y-Watch is the car chase sequence featuring a reverse-driving stunt down a flight of stairs that is genuinely legendary. The hand-to-hand combat utilizes a gritty military-style system that emphasizes efficiency over flash. It is a breathtaking, visceral thriller that treats its audience with intelligence and delivers relentless, high-stakes action.
Number 11. No Mercy.
내 동생은 어떻게 될 거야? 갑자기.
내 동생은 태커.
네 동생년이 돈을 꼭 안 갚으니까 이런.
This is a female-led revenge story that trades stylized fluff for bone-crunching, raw martial arts combat. A young woman with a dark past comes home to find her sister has been targeted by a group of local criminals and school bullies. When the system fails her, she puts on a red dress and starts dismantling the entire criminal organization one person at a time. The plot is a straightforward, satisfying descent into righteous fury. The standout feature is the use of grappling and joint locks in the fight choreography, making every encounter feel painfully realistic. You must watch this for the final showdown, where she uses her surroundings as a lethal weapon. It is a masterclass in grounded, visceral action. Number 10. The Berlin File.
Revenge is a dish best served cold.
This is a high-budget international spy thriller that feels like a more brutal and complex version of the Bourne series. Set in the cold streets of Berlin, a North Korean ghost agent finds himself caught in a web of double crosses when an arms deal goes south. The plot involves multiple intelligence agencies clashing in a high-stakes game of survival and political chess. The stakes are global, but the action remains intensely personal. The Y-Watch is the tactical, high-speed apartment raid that transitions into a breathtaking rooftop escape. The fight choreography is crisp, focusing on close-quarters combat and realistic weapon handling. It is a sophisticated masterclass in tension and technical action that demands your full attention. Number 9. The Pirates, The Last Royal Treasure. This is a massive, high-seas adventure that feels like a chaotic blend of treasure hunting and sword-clashing mayhem. A ragtag group of pirates and bandits join forces to find a lost royal treasure, but they must face treacherous weather and a rival fleet of ruthless mercenaries. The stakes are immense, as the ocean itself becomes a deadly obstacle for everyone involved. You have to watch this for the spectacular ship-to-ship combat and the gravity-defying stunts performed amidst crashing waves. The action is grand, colorful, and utilizes the environment in ways that keep every duel feeling fresh and unpredictable. It is a breathtaking spectacle that proves pirate movies can still be visceral and high energy. Number 8. Hitman, Agent June.
전설의 스칼 아직 죽지 않았어. 그의 주먹이
This film offers a wildly unique vibe, blending elite government-level combat with a hilarious, high-stakes domestic crisis. A legendary top-secret agent fakes his death to pursue his true dream of becoming a webtoon artist, only to accidentally leak classified secrets in his latest comic. Now, he is hunted by both the government and a global terror syndicate while trying to protect his family. The plot is a frantic, fun ride that balances comedy with elite martial arts. The standout element is the live-action meets animation style, where the fight scenes transition into stylized comic panels. You must watch this for the creative choreography that proves you can be a family man and a lethal weapon at the same time. Number 7. Ashfall.
뜻이 없어. 청준아. 뭐?
This is a disaster action epic that cranks the tension to an absolute breaking point, using the literal ground beneath your feet. When a massive volcanic eruption threatens to destroy the entire Korean peninsula, a team of specialized soldiers must carry out a high-stakes mission into a collapsing city. The stakes are nothing less than total extinction, and the clock is ticking with every aftershock. The Y-Watch is the incredible urban survival sequence, where vehicles navigate a crumbling city while skyscrapers fall around them. The action is massive in scale, featuring intense gunfights and tactical maneuvers in the middle of a natural apocalypse. It is a visceral, breathtaking masterclass in cinematic destruction and survival. Number 6. The Witch, Part 1, The Subversion. This movie starts as a slow burn mystery before exploding into a superhuman combat spectacle that will leave you stunned. A young girl with no memory of her past lives a quiet life until mysterious figures from a secret laboratory appear to reclaim her. The plot is a masterclass in building tension, leading to a reveal that completely flips the genre on its head. The Y-Watch is the final act's hallway and lab fight sequences, which feature high-speed, telekinetic-style brutality. The choreography is lightning fast and incredibly violent, showcasing powers that feel grounded yet terrifyingly powerful. You need to see this for the sheer shock factor of its transition from drama to pure action carnage. Number 5. The Villainess.
하는 난 잠들었고 그 남자를 죽여달라 내가 살 수 있다.
This film is a stylistic masterpiece that redefined how action movies are filmed for the modern era. You follow a woman raised from childhood to be a lethal assassin who is given a chance at a new life as a sleeper agent, only to have her past come back to haunt her. The plot is a tragic, blood-soaked journey of revenge and survival against impossible odds. The Y-Watch is the legendary opening sequence, a long-take POV fight that puts you directly in the eyes of the killer as she clears out an entire building. The motorbike sword fight finale is equally breathtaking and has been cited as a direct inspiration for major Hollywood franchises. It is a visceral, non-stop technical marvel. Number 4. The Outlaws.
동포들끼리 못 잡아먹어서 안달이야. 그게 어딨냐? 누가 시켰니?
This is the gold standard for the super cop genre, focusing on raw, bone-crunching physical power and street-level justice. A tough-as-nails detective tries to maintain peace in his district, while a new, ultra-violent gang from overseas arrives to start a bloody turf war. The stakes are personal, as the neighborhood becomes a war zone filled with machetes and blunt force. The Y-Watch is the iconic final showdown in an airport restroom, which showcases a masterclass in heavy-hitting, grounded combat. There are no fancy gadgets here, just raw strength, tactical grappling, and punches that sound like thunder. It is a cathartic and incredibly satisfying action experience that demands to be watched. Number 3. The Man from Nowhere. This is the movie that set the blueprint for the aesthetic violence movement and remains one of the greatest action films ever made. A quiet pawn shopkeeper with a mysterious past is forced into a war with an organ trafficking ring when the only person he cares about, a young girl, is kidnapped. The plot is a dark, emotional descent into the underworld where mercy does not exist. The Y-Watch is the final knife fight, which is widely considered one of the best choreographed duels in cinema history. It is fast, intimate, and devastatingly lethal. Every movement is calculated and visceral, creating a level of intensity that few movies have ever been able to replicate. Number 2. Train to Busan. This film proved that you could take the zombie genre and turn it into a high-speed, tactical action masterpiece. As a zombie outbreak ravages the country, a group of passengers on a high-speed train must fight their way through infested cars to reach a safe zone. The stakes are immediate and claustrophobic, with the train serving as a moving pressure cooker. The Y-Watch is the sequence where the survivors must use shadows, sound, and improvised tactics to navigate a darkened car filled with the undead. It is a breathtaking exercise in pacing and tension, proving that the most effective action often comes from the desperation of protecting those you love. Number 1. I Saw the Devil. This is the ultimate heavy hitter, a visceral and extreme masterpiece that pushes the limits of the action thriller genre. When a secret agent's fiancée is brutally murdered, he doesn't just look for justice. He initiates a sadistic game of catch and release with a killer. The plot is a terrifying look at how a man can become a monster while hunting one. The Y-Watch is the incredible technical execution of its numerous confrontations, including a legendary fight inside a moving taxi that is filmed with shocking clarity. It is a masterclass in brutality, suspense, and raw emotional power. This is the peak of modern Korean action cinema. It is dark, unrelenting, and completely unforgettable. Which of these action masterpieces are you watching first? If you want to dive deeper into the world of underground martial arts and elite rankings, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you never miss a drop. There are plenty more hidden gems waiting to be discovered. See you in the next one.